Cheers, I do buckaroos. How the heck are you? Let's see. I may have that a little close. Let me move that speaker a little. I try to get it where you can hear the music, but you know, have to hear me too, I suppose. How the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Welcome to episode 4 of 5 Songs at the Pub with the Beer Whisperer. What are you willing to lose? For episode 4, I decided to focus on one artist, Lucero. I've got 5 songs from Lucero. Got it on a shuffle. They're not any particular order of importance, but I do love this song. What are you willing to lose? Great tune, anyway. So I found this in the back of my beer fridge. I'd been there quite a while. I was trying to give it to me a while back, and I sort of forgot about it, in all honesty. I tried to find a date on it. I'm pretty sure I've had it at least a couple years. But anyway, I've had it at least a year anyway. Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout, 5% malt beverage with natural flavor added. Samuel Smith's Brewery. Now there is a chunk of label missing here, so I don't know if the date was in that corner or not. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to find out together. I'm going to assume it's fine. I mean, Sam Smith's beers are known to be quality, so I'm not overly concerned, but let me show that to you. You do smell a lot of chocolate on the nose, I'll tell you that. Reminds me that aroma reminded me of the old Hershey syrup. You know, you had to punch a hole in the can anyway. Before it had the squeeze bottle. I know, it seems like it's different stuff now than it was back then. Brought back that sensory memory from the 70s anyway. Oh, what are you willing to lose? Wow, yeah, big again. The chocolate notes to me feel like that syrup, right? I don't know if that's what they use or that's what they're going for, but that's how I'm tasting it. From an earthy finish, but yeah, you do feel those chocolate notes all the way through. Feel like I'm getting just a hint of anise in there. Come on, little darling, can't you cut us all some slack? 'Cause the winners, they all took off, babe, and they're never coming back. Anyway, I apologize. I'm going to apologize for the random bad singing. I just can't help it. Every once in a while, I'm overtaken by the song. And I'm not exactly sure why I decided to try this. I just thought, you know, for me anyway, music is very important, and I'm one of those folks that I don't just hear the music, I feel it, right? Certain songs will give me goosebumps or make the hair on my arms and the back of my neck stand up. Or certain songs will evoke certain emotions or bring tears to my eyes. And I feel like that's the connection, you know, for me anyway. I mean, I was never one of those guys that wanted to go to a bar and play pool. I'm there to have a beer, listen to some music and some conversation. I'm not playing pool. I'm not throwing darts. It's not why I'm there. I want to sit at the bar, relax. For me, it's almost like a religious experience. It's kind of why I wanted to add the songs. The beer and the songs will, you know, invoke certain memories, certain thoughts, certain emotions. So, kind of want to combine the two and just see what happens. There's nothing scripted in these. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about before I hit the play on the music or the camera. We're just spitballing. The second song here is "Can't You Hear Them Howl." I was going to say, I was going to love the song, but I'm going to say that for all 5 minutes. No, I love this song. That's why I put them on here. I will say it was difficult. You know, the 5 songs I picked from any band. The last episode, of course, I used Alejandro Escovedo. It really depends on my mood at that moment because there were so many songs that I love from this band. And just picked the 5 that spoke to me at that time. But I mean, I could do the same thing tomorrow and come up with 5 completely different tunes. By accident, just oh, this is what I'm feeling today. Yeah, pick these 5. These 5 were picked for this particular episode. And again, you know, I decided that I didn't want to go with necessarily, unless I'm trying to tie a theme when I spotlight an artist, I'm not going to go with the artist that everybody knows, right? I'm not going to pick artists that you're going to hear on commercial radio. I'm going to pick artists that are just doing great stuff now, that maybe aren't in the mainstream, that maybe you do have to go to a streaming service to hear. Gosh, it's good. Again, I've had this one for quite a while. I remember I was going to have it a while back, and then something came up, and I put it back in the fridge. And then it kind of got shoved to the very back, and I was looking for something today, and I saw it out there. Oh man, we got to drink this thing. It's not necessarily stout weather today, but I'm inside. I've got the fire going, so I'm pretending it's a cool fall day. Yeah, got the fire going. Yeah, you know that's my TV, right? Anyway, I just thought it was a nice backdrop. Makes my head look like Heat Miser. Makes my head look like Heat Miser anyway. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, I kind of lost my head there for a second. I lost my thoughts, man. Yeah, again, I'm still getting the chocolate. For me, yeah, I mean, I don't. It could be just me. But that's how I'm feeling. Kind of just reminded me of that old Hershey's syrup in a can, you know. Just that chocolate kind of hit me that way. It's a little bit of sweetness. I feel like I'm getting just a hint of vanilla in there. Again, I feel like I'm getting just a touch of anise as well, so some herbal notes. Can't you hear them howl? Well, that went down a little quicker than I expected, so I may have to grab a third beer. I got two ready to go, but I may have to hit the pause. Anyways, that one did go down. Yeah, that one went down easy. It's good. I don't know if it changed. I mean, it's been too long since I had that beer to tell you if it lost anything. I will tell you that it had been sitting in my fridge for 2 years. It's not like it was in wasn't sitting out or wasn't getting hot, cold. It was in the fridge. So, what I will tell you though is, I mean, can't tell you if it lost anything or not. What I will tell you, it was very good though. So, in song 3. Song As Good As Gone. So my palate cleanser beer after that stout. Yeah, I thought about having this one first, but I thought it made more sense to drink the stout with a fresh palate and then use this one kind of as a palate cleanser. 4.4, 14 IBUs. It is a classic, the Unfiltered Wheat Hazy American Classic from Boulevard Brewing. I mean, way back when, I mean, the kids today that are drinking beer that tastes like nothing but fruit. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those beers back in the day when craft beer was new, before it had really taken a hold. You know, folks would go, well, in this area anyway. All your regular macro drinkers, when they went out to a sports bar or casual dining, this would be on tap in most places. This was kind of a go-to for a lot of folks that wanted something a little different, that wasn't so far out of the box, right? Just a little bit different, a little more flavor. And remember, this is American wheat, unfiltered American wheat. This isn't that big banana and clove Hefeweizen. It's really a different animal. So it's a little bit hazy. You do feel a little bit of that wheat on the nose. Still want to serve this with a lemon. I mean, knock yourself out. If that, yeah, do what you gotta do. For me, yeah, I mean, I don't need that lemon in the beer. I don't put an orange in a wit either. How about that? But being good is gone, ain't good enough now. Oh, load above. Good as gone ain't good enough. Anyways, sorry. It's gonna happen from time to time. I can't help myself. I can't help it, man. I got the music in me. Anyways, cheers. You better let it out, Tom. Anyway, cheers. But yeah, the beer itself does give you slight lemon-like notes, I suppose. Just a hint of lemon zest, I feel. So yeah, I mean, you know, much like the wit dropping an orange, I mean, you drop a lemon, it's going to bring out that those lemon notes as well. And I don't have an issue with those doing it. For me, I just don't need it. But it does remind me of when we went to Washington State, Bellingham, Washington, to visit my brother when my daughter was little. The night before we went to Seattle, spent the night before we got on the plane the next day. But my brother and I decided we go to a bar because you want to be hungover when you get on a plane the next day, right? But Thomas Kemper was a rising star brewery at the time. Unfortunately, it was a husband and wife owned brewery. They got divorced shortly after, and the brewery split up. But Thomas Kemper was doing some great stuff. Their tagline was "Fine Art on Tap." Just before beer had to have crazy, stupid names, right? Before you had to have cartoon characters on the label to get morons to buy it. They were actually buying quality beer. But anyway, their wheat beer was just so amazing. That Thomas Kemper wheat was just something special. It's that memory. See, that's what I'm talking about. Certain memories just come back. I was really expecting great things from that brewery, you know, because I mean, they were just so amazing. Show gets cold. I went looking for Warren Zevon's Los Angeles, song 4. Singing old Danny boy. We're at the overpass. Hour after hour at the overpass. I went looking for Warren Zevon's Los Angeles. I got turned around on Gower Avenue. I don't know. I love this song for a lot of reasons. I think it's written well, it's put together well. But having grown up in Southern California during the '80s, anyway, in my early 20s, during that that hair band explosion, I guess, I spent a lot of time out there. So there's certain places that he mentions, you know, I remember the Troubadour. There's other bars that he doesn't mention, but when he says Troubadour, I automatically think Whiskey a Go-Go. Memories go back to Madame Wong's. This dude. I usually see these guys classified as alternative country. I mean, I don't even know what the hell that means. Well, I do. It was kind of a joke. But, yeah, I don't know. Again, for me, I suppose I hear a little bit of country in some of their songs. I hear a lot of rock and roll in other songs. And again, for me, it's another band. It fits really more in that American roots category, which is a little broader category than they do in alternative country. Drive-by truckers, alternative country, I get it. I'm not really sure Lucero fits in that category, for me anyway, but it's usually where I see them classified, though. Even on streaming sites, you know, I say, oh, alternative country, okay, whatever. And some of their songs, you kind of feel that little bit of country twang, but I mean, again, they're not like Drive-By Trucker or Band of Heathens where you can really feel that country, for me anyway. It's my own damn fault how far I fell. In hotel. So long, going back to Memphis with a picture and a song. Got to make this last one more song or go get another beer, but I don't know if, I don't want to have to knock one beer back. Anyways, I got to slow down again. I didn't time it right. So long. I'll look to see how long that last song is. Oh. The first 2 episodes I did, I had kind of a loose theme. So I used 5 different artists for 3 and 4. I decided to focus on a particular artist. Episode 3, assuming you watched it, it was Alejandro Escovedo, another artist I really enjoy a lot of. And although he's never really been a mainstream artist, he's had a couple songs that have, not necessarily been commercial hits, but you may know him for one reason or another. And I tried to pick 5 songs that I'm relatively certain that, unless you're really familiar with the artist, you weren't going to know. And I tried to do the same thing with Lucero here. The Match. The last song is The Match. Let me see how long this song is. See if I can stretch out this beer for that remainder. Well, I can't get my deal to come on there. 4 minutes. Okay, we'll just have to drink slow. We'll just have to drink slow, man. The Match, Lucero, song number 5. So again, hey, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in, and I hope some of you like this segment. It's funny, I get these, I get comments, feedback, messages from time to time, and I've gotten both sides of it, right? I've gotten, you need to quit putting the music in there. It's distracting. That's okay. I get that. So then I'll do a few videos and not use the music, and then I'll get comments. Well, why aren't you using the music anymore? So I get sometimes it is distracting, and sometimes it's hard to find that right balance between the volume of the music and what you can hear from me here. I don't know. Again, for me, I like the music in the back, even if it makes it hard to hear me, because for me that's what the pub experience is all about, man. Talking with some friends about whatever, the music, the beer, religion, politics, sports, whatever happens to enter your mind at that moment. We're for whatever reason we've become a society that can't talk about things rationally. So with a difference of opinion isn't a friend who has a difference of opinion. Now it's an enemy. Anybody that thinks different is an enemy. And I'm not exactly sure how we got to that point, but the truth is, now that we're there, I'm not sure how we get out of it. As a dog. Great tune. The Match. This is a nice beer. I go through periods where I don't have it for such a long time, and I hadn't had it for a while, probably at least a year anyway. And I picked it up in a mixed pack, and I said, I don't buy it. I never buy it. Then I pick it up in a mixed pack, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good beer. It really is that quintessential summer beer, man. It quenches your thirst. It's got some flavor. It's not like drinking, flavorless corn syrup laden, an American macro. This is really a nice beer. Relatively low in alcohol at 4.4%. So it's not one that's gonna knock your dick in the dirt. I mean, you can relax, man. It is a great beer to take to a barbecue, a picnic, a gathering, because it is a beer. Again, a beer that has some flavor. It's a beer you can drink a lot of. and is at only 4.4%, yeah, you're gonna be okay. You're not gonna say things that are gonna get you in trouble. Well, you know, you might not. I will, because I don't need beer to get in trouble. But I have no filter, man. I say things completely sober that makes people think I have been drinking. But anyway, but that's me, I suppose. Cheese whiz and bacon. Oh, we made it. I am Tom, the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, all-around good guy. Thanks again, guys. 5 songs at the pub with the Beer Whisperer. We just listened to 5 from Lucero. Cheers.